Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's MTG box analysis will focus on the opening of a Wilds of Eldraine collector booster box that took place on March 20th, 2024. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the box. Using this chart, we can see the cards that we are eligible to see shaded in gray, the non-foils we saw in green, and the foils in orange. In the non-foil space, we saw 8 Showcase, 4 Borderless, and 7 Extended Art cards from the main set. We also saw 21 cards in Standard Frame from the Enchanting Tales subset, and 2 Borderless Anime. Finally, from the Commander subset, we saw 3 non-foil Extended Art cards. In the foil space, we saw between 11 and 20 cards for each of the colors of Magic in Standard Frame, plus 3 Showcase and 5 Extended Art cards. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw an additional 15 Standard Frame cards in foil, 1 Anime Borderless, and 1 Confetti foil. And from the Commander subset, we saw 2 foil Extended Art cards. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 19 of the 83 cards that we were eligible to see from the main set, giving us 23% coverage. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw 23 of the 83 cards, giving us 28% coverage. Finally, from the Commander subset, we saw 3 of the 28 cards, which ended up resulting in 11% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 109 of the 359 cards we were eligible to pull from the main set, giving us 30% coverage. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw 17 of the 103 cards, which gave us just above 17%. Finally, from the Commander subset, we saw 2 of the 12 cards, which comes out to be 17% coverage as well. Pivoting the coverage by rarity, from the main Wilds of Eldraine set, we saw 16 of the 62 rares in non-foil, giving us 26% coverage. We also saw 3 of the 21 mythics for 14% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 48% of the commons and 45% of the uncommons, along with 17 foil rares for 14% coverage and 3 foil mythics for 7% coverage. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw 67% of the uncommons in non-foil. We also picked up 7 of the 35 rares for 20% coverage and 4 mythics for 13% coverage. In the foil treatment, we saw 67% of the uncommons, plus 3 foil rares for 8% coverage and 2 foil mythics for 4% coverage. Finally, from the Commander subset, we saw 3 of the 22 rares in non-foil for 14% coverage. In the foil space, we saw a single rare and a single mythic for 17% coverage apiece. In the end, this box produced 47 rares and 13 mythics in 12 packs. Before we get into the value of today's collector booster box, let's take a look at the current value of the sets. This chart displays all 359 cards that you can pull from the main set, the 103 cards that you can pull from the Enchanting Tales subset, and the 28 cards from the Commander subset using non-foil market prices as of March 18th, 2024. Currently, there are 49 cards valued over $10. There are 10 from the main set, with Agatha's Soul Cauldron being the most valuable at $60.62 for the non-foil extended art. From the Enchanting Tales subset, there are 7 standard frame cards with the Rhystic Study being valued at $47.07. In the Anime Borderless treatment, there are 12 cards, again with Rhystic Study being the most valuable at $85.91. And 18 of the 20 Confetti foils are valued over $10 too, with 4 of them being valued over $100. And not to be left out, the Commander subset even has 2 cards with a throwback to the OG set Throne of Eldraine holding a market value of $20.10. The set contains 16 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 77 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 348 non-foils are currently valued under $1. Now, a full set of all 490 cards from the 3 sets has a market value of $2,840. Now let's recap the actual observed value that we saw in today's box, starting off with a look at the non-foils. We ended up seeing 4 non-foils valued over $10, including the Virtue of Loyalty in Showcase valued at $10.91, Necropotence in Standard Frame at $11.88, the Anime Borderless Blood Moon coming in at $10.55, and the Anime Borderless Necropotence valued at $15.48. We also saw 1 card valued between $5 and $10, which was the Grave Pack at nearly $10. We picked up 12 cards valued between $1 and $5, but the remaining 28 non-foils in the box are currently valued under $1. In the foil space, we picked up an additional 5 cards valued over $10, including the Moonshaker Cavalry, valued at $12.31, the Virtue of Persistence from the Showcase series, valued at $16.52, Parallel Lives and Anime Borderless at $47.88, the Confetti Foil Bitter Blossom, valued at $53.31, and the number 1 card that we could have pulled from the main set, Agatha's Soul Cauldron in extended art, valued at $67.21 in foil. The box even contained one foil valued between $5 and $10, and 10 foils in the $1 to $5 range. The remaining 119 foils in the box are currently valued under $1. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box as of March 18th, 2024 is $207.47. The Wilds of Eldraine Collector Booster Box contains 12 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing you to see 180 cards plus tokens. The current market value of those 12 tokens plus the 12 full art basic lands comes up to be $11.23. The 5 cards that we saw from the Commander subset have a value of $11.60. Now, the 40 cards that we saw from the Enchanting Tales subset did come up to be $169.04 thanks to 2 really big hits. The 48 main set commons and 36 uncommons are valued at $12.13 combined, and the 33 main set rares that we pulled have a combined value of $30.04, but our 6 mythics are valued at $110.18 together. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $341.22 in card market value, which is $133 over the market price for the box, and means that this box returned 164% of the market price in card value. Now let's take a look at the cards valued just over $2. In total, we saw 24 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $299.35, which means that those 24 cards represent 144% of the market price for the box. The draft box we opened up earlier this week was fair, but didn't return nearly enough value to cover the cost. However, this box more than made up for it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.